Guys, how are you? Welcome. I guess it hasn't been that long, but it seems like it has just because it's been quite a busy week for me. Not work wise, but just with crafty stuff. Because this weekend, it just ended today, but I was at my first ever like in person card thing. So that was pretty cool. Let me see. Hi, Blossom. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Irma. Welcome. Welcome from South Carolina. I hope you're having more of a spring than we are. Actually, it's finally like nice spring in the Midwest, but then it kind of decided it was going to be rainy for a while. So, anyway, I'm hoping next week continues. And I have some happy mail I thought we'd go through. I threw a poll up if you guys have preferences about what you want to hear about. If, because I have a bunch, so I guess I'll walk through what the options are. So, a bunch of project kits from my card thing that we could go and make one or 2 or whatever time permits. And then I have a bunch of trade cards that are just finished cards that I swapped with people, and some of them look pretty interesting. So it would be fun. We could do a little walkthrough on those and sort of case the cards and see which ones we like. And then I just have a swag bag we could go through, but I know that some folks are like not super like into that whole thing. So I don't know that I may hold, but if people are interested, I did do a couple raffles and won some stuff, so we can talk about that too. But let's just bop down and see what folks dropped off this week. Oh, I guess I'll provide one programming note, which is usually I just have this live stream on Sundays, but there is a Kendra's Card Challenge hop going on that started around 4 o'clock Central. And I'm going to be on that again at 7:20 p.m. Central. So like we'll do our normal stream and then I'll be back online 20 minutes later. So if you want to see, well, maybe since you're here, I'll give you a sneak peek. So I'm doing the last three sketches, and I decided to break out an older pad. Oh, you can't see my desk. Wow, I am just all over the place today. Here we go. Hi, it's my desk. I decided to use this guy, and my camera's a little not showing good contrast. One moment. We can fix that, I think. Oh, I have to unlock it before I can change it. Funny how that works. Oh, there we go. That's better. Let me just lock that. That's still a little dim. Oh, goodness. Let's bring it up a little bit. Not too much. Okay. Fantastic. For better or worse, I always stream when the sun's going down, so that makes it a little bit weird for the lighting. There we go. So anyway, I'm going to be playing around with Watercolor Cuties, which is a pad of the month from a while back. Last year sometime. Blossom is pretty familiar with Not Too Shabby and might remember it. But anyway, we'll be playing around with that a little bit. And oh, fantastic. Oh yeah, and my bot is spamming out the playlist for the live stream hop as well as some Kendra stuff and my normal stuff. So if you're interested and want to catch it later, it's there. But I think this first thing, this did not completely waste too much time. It has sort of these like little holes. I don't know what you'd call them. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought my frame rate was dropping, but not so much. It's bouncing around a little bit. I don't know why, but sort of between 30 and 50 frames per second. So it should be okay. Okay, but let's see. Oh wow, this I think this is from Delise because I very much recognize it is. She just used a different return address, but this is from a Artful Angel stamp set. Very cute. Look at her cool jewels used. Oh, hey Annie, how are you? Welcome. Oh, I guess my internet's just a little laggy. Oh well. It's still hanging around 50 frames per second. It's probably fine. Anyway, I think we have some watercolor splatter. This is a Artful Angel stamp that is a pug and an Easter egg. And then we say A happy belated Easter, and I knew that you would like this, which I do. It's very fancy. There are lots of neons in real life. Well, actually, they look pretty neon on camera. They look neon in real life. Hello, Annie. I was just saying that this week there's a poll up if anyone has opinions, but I finished my first in-person craft event, so we're probably doing something from that for the remainder of this stream, and then as you may notice, there's the Kendra's Card Challenge live stream hop going on, and I'll be in that in another, oh, I don't know, some amount of time. It is. They have really good papers. I'm no longer affiliated with them at all, but like it's probably about an 80-pound paper, but it's sort of a semi-gloss finish. But the thing is that because it's a coated, the finish makes it nice if you tape it down and have to move it. Like you can definitely peel this up and not wreck it. This pad is really great for any kind of card challenges because it's watercolor, or the ones that are like faux alcohol ink are nice for these too because they're totally non-directional, so you can just mix anything with anything. Anyway, that's that. Oh, neat. You should look at the playlist that's getting spammed. It's got, I think, five of us are doing some sketches. So feel free to catch me on the replay or catch them on the replay, whatever. But anyway, and then on Wednesday, um, let's see what's happening. Oh, on Wednesday, I'll be live over on Elizabeth's channel, and we're going to be playing with Lunar Paste. If you caught my sort of overly long live, I did a whole bunch of swatches of the new neons. Some of them, like this yellow, are neon. Some of them, like this teal, are kind of less. But these are all posted in Lynn's Facebook group if you want sort of a more normal look at what these, a more like adjusted to be true colored. Um, Actually, this color I think was my favorite, which isn't a neon. This is guppy, but let's look how sparkly that is. Anyway, the downside of crafting all weekend is like I'm sure I'm very rambly today. Oh yeah, no, it's got some good stuff in it. Um, I guess for Annie's benefit, I'll give you another sneak peek because why not? There are some adorable turtles in this that are cut aparts. I just cut these out with my scan and cut, and it did a very nice job on them. But they're very cute. They come in the same colors as the pad, so there's sort of bluish ones and pink ones and whatever. I also grabbed some of these are actually the spring enamel dots they make for that next stream. Anyway, so this was the first card, and then this is something from my friend Bruce. Bruce's I met him well, I met him through friends of mine, but I also met him oh, this is really big. Oh, this is huge. This is a very thick card, so I'm not sure if anything's in this or if it's just a huge card. I'm trying to feel. I can't tell. Hippity hoppity, nice Easter card. And oh, it's loaded with stuff. Hop to it. Happy Easter. And we have some stickers. These are dimensional. They're like puffy stickers. So we have some really cute chicks. And then some adorable little owls. Or are they robots? I think they're owls. They could be robots. And some butterflies. Oh, these are really cute. They've got like oh, these are these fancy, are they? Yeah, these are these double layer stickers if you can see here. Yeah, we got some double layer stickers. So the wings are free, as you can kind of see, so they pop up. These are really nice embellishments. If you find them, you can find these in Dollar Tree too sometimes. Um, they're nice because they're dimensional, but they don't add any weight. And then we have some pretty cute reindeer. So are they reindeer? I guess they're kind of they're creatures because there's a I don't think they're this one really looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but they're not all necessarily reindeer. We have because we have a bear and a fox and some other things. Thanks, Bruce. I'll drop you a note if you're not catching the stream because I know sometimes you watch them and sometimes not so much. And this was part of a this packaging is very nice. An Easter D stash swap that happened. Oh, let me see what y'all are saying. Oh yeah, I saw your note somewhere about that you wanted to do them. Well, using Kendra's card challenge is a good way to do that. Um, if you want specific tips on what folks have recommended, there are a bunch of those out there. I guess the short version is the more subtle your patterns are, the easier it is to put them together. But you can do whatever you want. Um, but yeah, that should be fun. It's pretty easy to work with. So there are a bunch of different ways you can actually work with it. Its sort of original intent was to use over a stencil, which I almost never do. If you want a really dimensional effect, um, so the pastes are. I guess I should back up and say pastes are have an acrylic base. So like an acrylic paint, they're water soluble while they're wet, but when they dry, they're become permanent and they won't move around once they're dry. So like you could use something over it depending on how grungy you're feeling. But the way I tend to use them most is like this, where you just take your finger and you smear them all over a cardstock. And if it doesn't, let me find one. The orange isn't, the pink one's a good example. Like, see how you have these like, there, that's better. So you have these layer areas, but you can go over and layer it and build it up as much as you want. So I tend to just like essentially make lunar paste cardstock and then either die cut out of it or cut it into strips. You can do a whole panel, of course. And it's pretty easy to get it's pretty easy to get sort of a messy gradient like this. It would be good sort of like sunrise, sunset, whatever. And if you're more I don't know, if you want to spend more time on it, I'm sure you can get a very smooth gradient. I am fairly intro level when it comes to that. And I need to find my scissors because there we go. My card making thing ended at 3 today, and then I haven't resorted my stuff. But I'm trying. I don't remember which of my friends was doing this, but this was an Elfster swap, and I'll say it was just an Easter D stash. It was a don't buy anything new, but D stash any product you have, and the sort of suggested retail for this was about $25. So, you know, your mileage may vary when it comes to that. Depending, I'll say for crafty swaps, depending on who you get, they will liberally interpret like value. So let's see, we'll see what we got. I've never had less than whatever people have said, but um, like this one, this is probably way over the line, but we'll see what we got. I see a stamp. Ooh, flamingos. Wow, this thing is big. Here's an A2 card, right? So like this would fill up a 5x7. So that's a really nice size stamp. Or, you could use it on a slim line, which I don't have an example of handily. Something that's probably about the right size. No, anyway, guys know what like a standard business envelope looks like, but and then you have one looks like either bending over, yeah, because they're coming from different angles. You might be able to sort of do something with this guy to stamp it. Let's see what sentiments we got. Fabulous looks good on you. Oh, I like that one. You look fabulous. A lot of fabulous flamingos. But this is a Picket Fence Studios. If they make a lot of sort of more detailed stamps like these that are pretty cool. Uh, so you could either stamp this out. You could stamp this out in pink, obviously. You could also stamp it out in black for more of a silhouette look, and then do like, well, like a lunar pasty or something else kind of background. But that's super neat. Um, we have a card. Pretty cool. Might be foiled or something. Yeah, I think this is foiled in some way. It's actually recessed. So I mean, it might have been a foil panel in the back, and then this might be die cut, and it's not blank, so we can use it for whatever we would like. Wishing you an out of this world day. I like it. I love space everything, so you know. Yeah, let me think. Hero Arts has one that's a multi-layer flamingo that's more A2 focal size, and there's a coordinating die. If you're interested, I can show it to you at some point, but or I can just send it to you. I've owned it for years and haven't used it, so if you want it, let me know. We have more things. A Happy Holidays word die from Spellbinders. I do like their word dies. This one is pretty scripty and doesn't have a shadow layer, so it would be really nice to cut out of like a metallic, like a foil cardstock, and then it looks like that. Happy Holidays is nice because we only have one eye to worry about, I think. Happy, yeah, there's just the eye in holidays. I don't know if we get the eye. Happy Holidays. We might not have to mess around with the eye. I like these word things when they're all one piece so that you don't have to fuss around with organizing it. We got a cute little penguin and some holiday sentiments. But obviously, you know, you don't need to use the holiday stuff, so you can just use him as a penguin in any context, which is kind of nice. Um, a nice. I'm not sure if that's a. I guess it's a daisy. It might be a zinnia. I mean, it could be a bunch of different flowers, I guess. Hello and hi, which always like as sentiment, so that's pretty cool. Wow, this envelope is pretty loaded. I think there's some paper at the bottom. We might be into got some Hello Summer. I'm curious. Don't recognize the paper, but I really like summer vibes. This is pretty nice. Nice card weight. This is more like Echo Park paper as opposed to not too shabby. So it's a little bit thinner and has more of a matte finish. Really cool. Some really nice stuff. And then some cut aparts. I like BU and Amazing and roll with it. I like these sort of, I just really like a positive sentiment that's sort of generic. This one's really cool with the polka dots, the pink polka dots and the gold foil. And then this one, again, this is more of a paperweight, but these are really pretty too. Oh, these are fantastic. That is really cool. I will have to send my swap buddy a thanks. And on the bottom, oh, we have. It's funny. I think I actually destashed someone this. It's a house that makes a shaker. It was a scrapbook.com freebie. So, and there's something in the envelope. Who knows what? Oh, a bunch of stickers. Yeah, I'll leave these in here. Well, no, we can take a look at it. So a bunch of these are kind of cool, like block stickers that you could use. It looks like the centers come out, so you could use this as just you could use the centers or the or other part individually. Some lighthouses, which would go well with our nautical paper. Some random circles. Let the good times roll. That's cute. I almost got a music stamp set at the Mingle this weekend, and then just some color blocks. This would be really good for like a school card, I think, because with the like the bright primary colors. Anyway, that is quite a lot of stuff. So that is awesome. If you are my swap partner and you're watching, thank you very much. I am excited to have so much cool stuff to play with. And oh, it's a Gerber daisy. I knew it was some kind of daisy, but I like it. I like those. Sorry. Oh, do you want the house? Yeah, no, I'll just I'll send you another care package because I'll send you that in the flamingo stamp I haven't used, and hopefully you'll get some use out of them. Cause like I had that house for like I don't know a year and didn't use it, and then like destashed it recently. But it's really nice. Like it's a nice basic die, and would be pretty cool. Like you could use the die cut or the border, and then do whatever you want with it. And wow, my face is overly lit today, but that's okay. It's an Elfster swap similar to yours. I forget which group I heard about it through, but if you're interested in crafty swaps, um, I can certainly throw. If I hear about others, I can throw you a line. I mean, usually it's a anybody who wants to be in can be in, and there's so the money of it all gets weird in the sense of like usually, generally speaking, if they quote a estimated price but buy nothing, it's sort of like you know I don't know. If a retail value of a stamp set is $15, like you'd count it as $15. So, you know, that's sort of how that works. Probably nothing. I don't know. Like you're making me a book, so I feel like I probably you probably don't owe me anything, but I don't know. Like if you feel you owe me money, feel free to just donate it to a charity of your choice. Cause like I have a craft room full of stuff and you haven't seen what I picked up this weekend. So like I have plenty of stuff, but yeah, I mean I guess that's generally what I ask. Like if you're like or if I even make you cards, if anyone wants cards. I just ask that like I like to donate to my local food bank, but food bank, humane society, whatever you guys like, really. Um, like, I just ask that folks pay it forward, essentially. But let me swap over to YouTube and see. Well, no one voted in the poll, so I will ask whoever's here. Do you have a preference as to? Are you interested in seeing like some of the finished cards I got? Are you interested in seeing more of a project? Or if not, I can show you like a couple of some of the swag that we got this weekend. So it is up to you guys. I think if I hear nothing, I'll probably look at the cards because I'm curious what other people made. Oh, did you? Let me check. I think if yeah. Well, maybe my computer is being weird. Let me pull up on my phone quick because it was saying nobody voted, but who knows? Sometimes these polls are weird. I should be able to see me. Uh, un momento, and we'll see. Maybe people did vote, and I just don't know what I'm doing. That is thoroughly possible. And let us see. Why am I not seeing? Okay, that's weird. Maybe I'm not. Doesn't show me if I'm logged in as me. Let's try this again. because it's clearly that sort of a day. But that's okay. I think I just. Well, I can just end the poll. Oh, if I end the poll, it should tell me what I did. Or I won't have a clue. Let's just do that. And I think it should spam in the chat. Oh, here we go. Projects. Won by a lot. So, wow, that was weird. YouTube is weird today. Let me grab my project box. So this is sort of show and tell, and it's sort of I'm actually gonna I promise I will actually do at least one project, but I thought you guys might be interested because I had no idea what to expect. That doesn't need to be in there anymore. So let me grab one of the not done kits. Well, I'll grab the one that I want to do. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, we could finish this card. That one would be fun to finish. But that one's partially done. That one, I know you are in here. Oh, this one would be. Some of these are just really cool. Anyway, we can do this one for sure. But I know I have another one I wanted to do. Oh, here it is, maybe. Either the done one or the not so done. Yeah, here we go. So here are two examples of project kits. They weren't all woodland things, but they happen to be here. Where all these pieces, where everything is basically done for you. Let me grab some paper quick because I need it for this card. But then we can sort of walk through one of these. And I can show you mine if you want to see. If you saw the video, let me know because it's the same kit. This is not the paper I want. Here we are. So if you're watching the channel last August, we did the whole adventure in August thing, and we had this paper, which can basically go whoops behind here, and then we can create a nice woodland scene. It'll look like we did a thing, but it's pretty straightforward. So I think I need one other thing. Un momento. Alrighty. So the way this thing basically worked was it was called a shoebox swap. So you would get your card kit, and then each project would have like a box. This is mine. I was project 20. You can see my slightly destroyed card, but generally speaking, in the box, you get a sample card. You get instructions. If you see my video, this is the card I did. I also have a QR code which people could scan if they wanted to watch a video. But then basically it's all the stuff you need. I had a whole well, this whole bag that people took apart had like extra pieces for the card. Then I had my two stamps mounted on blocks, which essentially what these do, I mean, basically because you don't know if people brought a stamp positioner, so mounting these stamps makes them usable. And then there's ink and re-inkers and stuff, but That was sort of how the whole thing, how the weekend worked. So there are 50 projects total, and all the boxes were sort of put up on a main table, and then we just grabbed a box. Well, when we started, we basically all swapped kits, so everyone had a whole box of all 50. And you guys are saying things. Okay. Oh, hey, Cordelia, how are you? We did a little poll, and per usual, people wanted to see actual projects as opposed to me just talking about random crap I bought. So, there's that. I'm sure that will be a video or something. So, what were we talking about? Oh, I saw some on scrapbook.com and a few other places it was supposed to be Bellum specific, so I'll just pick some up. I'm curious to see. Anyway, so it was pretty fun. So the whole now you might say, wouldn't making 50 cards take a long time? And yeah, so it was like all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half of today. And then they did prize drawings. But so this is a good one to look at because it's pretty straightforward. And of course I have a random piece of foam tape stuck to it. And yeah, I should at least sort of pay attention to the time. No, we're fine. I should end this at 7 so that we can get stuff together for later on. Um, so this is a really neat sticker. It's a sticker on the back, and then it's got sort of a like faux. It's got like paper on the front. I think it's slightly fuzzy, and you get the little grass piece and the deer whatever deer hoof prints. To get that, you get two pieces of cardstock. I bet you can figure out what these are for. And then this would go behind, but we're gonna save this and cut some pattern paper. And the other thing we can think about is if we want this to be a specific sentiment, I may leave this one blank. I could look because I have all these. Let me see if there's anything on my desk I want to use. So I have some extra. I don't know if any of these have sentiments. They do not appear to. Oh, we can just use a hello because we have set. Yeah. I don't know if you got. I mentioned that to you guys. So in cutting my kits, I cut way too many word dies, or so I have a whole box. I have a box of hellos, so I think a hello is a good. And I actually like navy with this kind of color palette. Anyway, let me see what I am missing. You guys are chatting about. Oh, hey, Gaz, how are you? I am making a kit from my shoebox swap this weekend, which is the first one I've ever been to, which is called the Madison Mingle, which is in town here. So it was really cool. Everyone was super nice. I guess I feel the need to tell you that as another dude who crafts because sometimes I didn't know what to expect when sort of going into it. Cordelia is delightful. Cordelia is an awesome person and makes pretty phenomenal cards. So Cordelia is very fun. Oh, it is flocked. You're right. That's the word I want. Um, it's really cool. I'm curious. I don't know. I think next week we're gonna let me move my project box out of the way so I can find my glue. All my stuff is everywhere, so actually I think I have a paper cutter somewhere. Where's my little paper cutter I didn't bring. Where are all my supplies? I don't know. Let me grab mine out of my other box. And I'm not really a Stampin' Up person, but, like, this paper cutter I've been really liking because it has this side piece so that you can measure short strips, and if you're doing any of these one-sheet wonders, you're always gonna have to measure some weird sort of so we have sort of this is sort of brown and green. There, of course, is this one in the center, which would be I guess this doesn't strike me as a very this seems more desert with the sky and the mountain to me, like scrub pines kinda. I think I want, like, this one so far. These are really pretty that I haven't used. Oh, this would be a good option. This one I really like. This one looks correct. Okay, let's grab this one. And then there's a misty one. I don't know. Do you guys have preferences? I kind of like the sunny one better than the misty one, but I don't know. The idea of kind of the deer being in the mist is kind of a neat one too. So I don't know if anyone has thoughts. It's true. And I mean, like, the idea is to try and finish them, but if you don't really so like the things you're not gonna have at home are like any specific stamps, but if you're like me and have too many stamps already, it's like, you could definitely do it as any kind of project you want. Yeah, I like the sunny one too. Oh yeah, go nuts. And if you want Stamper Girls Live, it's in the playlist is getting spammed every 15 minutes or something. Um, but have fun. I mean, like I'm gonna be. I mean, I'm sure she'll be in my life shortly. Well, not shortly, but in a bit. Uh, and I lost the cover for this pad, but it's a honeybee stamps, and they make some really nice stuff. Anyway, I just need this to be 4 1/4, maybe. Um, well, let's see what this looks like. To fold our card out. Yeah, I think that I like this. Like, I think this will look really cool. Okay, so we can just cut this to 4 1/4. Put this guy back here. This is a nice sort of just dark green or whatever. I'll save that. And then 5 1/4. I think we just, yeah. I want to, yeah, I think I'll cut off this side because I would kind of like it to just be like that. That looks pretty neat. What you may notice is that we do need to make the trees brown. So I'm going to just fold this down. Let me see. Do I have a nice brown here? This is quite easy to do with markers, obviously. I'm just sort of curious if I have a colored pencil, I'll run with that. If not, I'll go grab some markers. Uh, yeah, this is more of that's actually a red, not a brown. This is a brown. Yeah, it's an Arteza, which is fine, but let's see how this looks. It's looking okay. Let's see if I can find a darker brown though. 'Cause I had brought a whole stack of colored pencils, which are ones I hadn't tried before. These are the colors that go on sale for like 16 cents. I mean, not really, but like this 72 set was on sale for like $10 or something. It was pretty wild. Although if I can't find a dark brown, I might get a little cranky. That is not a dark brown. Say violet, which is not a brown. That's a brown, but that's more of a taupey brown. This might be a brown. I think this is probably an okay brown. I think this is going to be a brown or brown. Oh yeah, that works pretty well. In the original one I did of this, I just sort of did I just did it with alcohol ink markers, which are pretty easy because you can just sort of paint it on. I think you probably get a better look with a combination of alcohol ink and colored pencil if you wanted to spend a lot of time. And you would use the alcohol ink first, basically. And you could try, if you're using paper, you could sort of try to match the color in your paper. And then there's these little areas. These I'm not going to fuss with too much. These colors are interesting. They're definitely way harder than a Prismacolor, so they're more like traditional pencil lead, which is kind of nice because the Prismacolors I always seem to crack, and I haven't had that issue with these, which has definitely been kind of cool. I know that one of the colorists Annie follows uses them a lot. Oh, hey, how are you? Hi, Lynn. How are you? Welcome. I am coloring things, and this is one of the kits I got at the swap. It comes with a cute little deer, and I grabbed some honeybee paper that we're going to use as sort of a background piece. I'm just sort of going in, and this was die cut, obviously, so I'm just going in and making trees brown. Ooh, hamburgers sound good. Thai sounds yummy. I don't think I've ever tried Thai sausage. Um, but we have a pretty decent Thai restaurant in town. And I don't know. I will say I feel like this is a little easier to do with alcohol ink markers because you can just sort of, obviously because this is sort of standard. This is sort of like your standard recollections kind of paper. The alcohol ink absorb like it's a very thirsty paper. So we're definitely with the colored pencils. You see more of the background of the green. So you have sort of a green. Let me bring this up. Oh, that's really hard to see. And it's hard to see without anything behind it. Oh, goodness. You're having technical difficulties today. There you go. Like, you definitely can see the green. This would focus. It doesn't seem to want to. There we go. You definitely can see the green under the brown. Um, if you went and just used any kind of ink, I guess you could also use like if you have either like a finger dauber or one of the detail blenders. That was actually a highlight of the weekend. People weren't really familiar with the those detail ink blenders that people sell, or you can just buy makeup ones off Amazon, and that's what I did because they were like $1, and the ink blending ones were not. And I will say, there's probably some quality difference, um, but not a massive amount. Anyway, other than that minor bit of coloring, the rest of this is like goes together like super fast because we're just going to take our white piece and we're gonna stick it. We're gonna go mat it and in the way that you would think you would. And there we go. So now we have a place to write a message. I'll probably leave this one blank. Just because I'm not sure exactly what I'd use it for. But basically, once you have paper behind it, it looks like that. So it looks really cool. And Linux is causing problems. Well, maybe not problems, but he has come to visit. And because of the way this works, like you could tape around the edge of this cardstock, I think, and just center it and be okay. So maybe we could try doing that. You could also, the first one, I basically glued everything, but I don't think you really need to. There's a cat. Excuse me. Please don't mess with my camera. Thank you. Oh, a weekend without a weekend away from the cats, and they're all very. Both of them are pretty Velcro-y, which is fine. One of the folks I went to the swap with was talking about how her dog was being unhappy because she was basically like she was going home every day, but like if you're crafting until early o'clock in the morning, you're not home that much. And yes, wound up cutting this a little too long. Can I unstick it? I'm probably gonna have to unstick this and then trim it. I'm just gonna fold this back and then trim it off, which is not really very ideal. So if you line this up correctly, this works a lot better. But that's on the inside of the card, so it's not really a huge deal. Oh, I got the coolest thing that you might enjoy this, Lynn. Anyway, here we go. And what we could basically do, I may come in with some glue and just glue down some of the parts that are the most loose. And I did really well. I only lost one thing, and it was kind of my own fault because it was a unmarked memento pad. And, because memento is sort of most people's choice for alcohol ink coloring, it's gonna be. It was sort of one of those like, I don't know. Oh, let's get that off. And then we can just sort of go in and sort of very strategically put glue anywhere we really want it so that this holds down. Or you could do what I did the first time, which is just glue the back of this. And like you could do a very similar card with any sort of woodland die cut, or if you're sort of a cricket slash silhouette kind of person, you could do other things with that. So that's like 98% of the card together. All we really need to do is unstick our flock buck and I like him I want to kind of have him grounded, but I like him sort of coming out of the woods as sort of a vibe. And there we can then basically go and use little little grass piece that we have and just sort of bring sort of well, that was not a good attempt at that, but if you unstick it and do it in an even way, I like it because you can kind of bring some of the um there we go. Now it's a little uneven. Goodness. It's hard to align things sometimes. There we go. Grab a pokey tool quick and just move that. There we go. I didn't lose my blingy pokey tool all weekend either. So there we go. So you can just bring that forward. If we want to, we could grab one of our die cuts. We'll craft avalanche. Um, of which I have a lot. So rather that we could leave the inside blank. Whoop. And do kind of like that as sort of a thing. I like kind of like counterbalancing the deer since the deer's kind of bound in the left hand corner. We can sort of balance it. Oh yeah, Lennox is here. He says hello. He's sitting exactly off camera because he knows that I don't like it when he's naughty. Yeah, I guess the camera needs love from the cat as well. So, it is what it is. It usually works out. But anyway, oh, that would be a good idea. Yeah, you could have popped him up with a little more adhesive. I do like the Yeah, isn't it nice? I think I'll glue down the hello. I do like the hello as sort of a sentiment. Because I mean, like the deer's coming out of the woods, so like the deer is saying hello to you. I'll probably save these little hoof prints because like when I did the original sample, I think I stamped something I had on the inside. Not that had it like this card like the card project doesn't have anything really specific, but and there are kitty toes if you are. What do we think? I kind of like it lined up, I guess, which isn't usually my vibe. But uh, well, I don't have my normal block because it's packed, but we can do that with this other block. And the nice thing about the glue I tend to prefer is that it dries matte, so you don't really have to worry about it on cardstock like this. You do have to kind of worry about it on foiled stuff, but this was a really good tip. But I like how this card came out. Let me see. Well, we are exactly at an hour, so this worked out nicely. Well, let me show you what you can do is if you're gonna stamp something. Actually, let me run a bead of glue along the top here, quick. Um, so if you stamped a sentiment on the inside of your choosing, what you can do is use these little tracks. You could just have like next to it, and then say "thinking of you" or whatever sentiment you decided to run with. And that will glue down the paper nicely. So it's not like flapping around really. I'll leave those inside and then try to remember where I put my other thing. Well, we'll just use this since it's here and just sort of burnish that a little bit and then make sure I didn't glue the card together because sometimes I've done that and it's super annoying to try and separate that. So I'm going to leave these inside for later. And then we've got our little card. And I think that's what we'll do for tonight. But if you guys are around, I will see you in about 20 minutes for the conclusion. Oh, and of course, I find my brown pencil. Like this is my brown pencil. I find it right after I couldn't find it. Anyway, in 20 minutes, I'll be back with the conclusion of Kendra's live stream or the KCC live stream hop. And I'll see if I can't get the cat snacks before that so he chills out a little bit. Anyway, thanks for coming. Always great to see you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. If I don't see you later, oh, thanks, Cardelia. And I still haven't figured out my outro, so hooray! I guess I'll give you rather than an outro, I will give you a sneak peek. This is what we were doing in 20 minutes. It is these three sketches and as previously mentioned, there might be turtles. Anyway, talk to you guys later, and but not too much later. See ya.